So, Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja has decided to bless us with an early Christmas gift with a new trailer for Wolong Fallen Dynasty. As the title suggested, the trailer mostly focuses on showing off actions and a few more glances at the enemies with face in the game. But that's not all, we also get to have a few more glimpses at what could transpire throughout the story. Now, without further ado, let's see what new info this trailer offers us. Right off the bat, we could see the protagonist having a meeting with the mysterious man at the end of the announcement trailer. The mysterious man appears to be blind, or at least is blindfolded. Thanks to YouTube's compression, this may be a bit hard to see, but on the man's armor, you could see the figure of a dragon trying to eat its tail just like the one in the title. The identity of the man is still not clear, but what's clear from all the footages we've seen of him, he's sure to be a central figure to the game's story. The narrating voice we hear throughout this trailer may or may not be from the man himself. I don't think it is though, since it sounds too old to come from such a youthful looking man.
Yes, I can see it. Fate intended for us to meet here.
And maybe it's just my sense of humor working here, but there's some kind of novelty about a blind man saying that he can see it. Right after that, we see a scene of the protagonist's glowing mysterious light, and from him, a golden dragon soars up high. Golden dragon, or Huang Long as it's pronounced in Chinese, is a mythical creature that represents the very center of the whole universe. It is also the leader of the four auspicious beasts and reincarnation of the Yellow Emperor, one of the first and most powerful emperor of China. Unless the scenes of the protagonist glowing and Huang Long soaring up are actually two different scenes lined up together, I think these few seconds are very big spoilers to the entire game, as it implies that the protagonist may be the reincarnation of the Yellow Emperor, or at least holds his soul inside him. There's also quite an interesting fun fact, is that the Yellow Emperor is a symbol of longevity, further the game's connection with the theme of immortality. By the way, I've made videos analyzing the review trailer as well as the previous trailer and talk about how the theme of immortality is very integrated with the story of the game. Check them out if you haven't seen it yet. Back to the action trailer, we then see a cutscene of the protagonist and Zhao Yun be credited and fight with a giant ape-like boss. One interesting thing about this scene is this fleeing soldier here. His attire is that of the Han Dynasty's foot soldier, but the color of his clothes is very blue while the official Han Dynasty's clothing color is red. Perhaps this choice of color was made to better contrast the conflict between the Han Dynasty officers and the Yellow Turban rebels, and also a reference to the phrase, "The blue sky is dead, the yellow sky arises," that Changzhou used to spark the rebellion against the Han. I wish I could say more about the ape, but all I could think of is the Guardian ape from Sekiro, so let's move on already. Next, we could see a fat man taking a jump on the protagonist. Just from the design alone, it's pretty safe to say that this man is Zhang Fei. Him wielding the iconic serpent bike is also a dead giveaway. Not an analysis, but it's pretty funny to watch this fight scene in slow motion and realize that the attacks are nowhere close to hitting. Just saying. Next are a few short scenes of the protagonist getting into combat. The biggest takeaway for me is the protagonist wielding a giant axe here, so that's one more type of playable weapon confirmed. Moving on, we get to the scene where the protagonist duo meets a giant boar. The aesthetic of the scene indicates that it takes place in the same level as the giant apes fight, possibly happening after that one. One thing I noticed is that unlike the giant apes fight, Zhao Yun is absent here, so perhaps he got knocked out in the cutscene, leaving the protagonist to fend off the beast by himself, maybe. Then we get to the second most interesting scene in the trailer. Yeah, you could see right away that this Guan Yu facing off Lu Bu at Hulao Gate, but what I found to be more interesting is the rider behind Guan Yu here. His horse has face armor and feathers decorated on his head, just like that of Zhao Yun's horse from the previous trailer, indicating that he is someone of important stature. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out this man right here is Liu Bei after all. Next, we get to see the protagonist together with the mysterious old man from the review trailer and the black dragon heavily featured in the promotional poster. don't want to accidentally spoil the game for you, but just pointing out that this scene may be taking place at the same place as the first scene with the blind man at the beginning of the trailer. Make of that what you will. The rest of the trailer is more small snippets of combat and an epic takedown of Janju. I have nothing of substance to add here. Though, before the trailer ended, we have one last noteworthy thing to point out. The early purchase, pre-order, and the season pass bonuses include armors for free out of the 4 auspicious beasts, with the black tortoise, Xuanwu, being missing. If Nioh is anything to go by, the bonus armor sets you get are hints of what to expect in the DLCs, so this makes me wonder if Xuanwu will play a role in the story of the base game instead. Hey, it's some fun food for thought, I guess. There's also the helmets of Zhurong and Gong Gong. Though I have yet to find anything interesting about them that could tie into the game's story, at least not yet anyway. Might have to do some more research later. And that's it. Thank you for making it this far and hope you have a good day.